Very good Sunday evening, folks. Meteorologist Eddie Shear here with you. This is your weather before the weather on March 1st, 2015. Recording this at 8:12 p.m. And today is actually the first day of meteorological spring, which is March, April, and May. Not going to feel like spring, though, in Newfoundland for quite some time, as our spring is often delayed here compared to other areas of North America. And certainly not going to feel like spring this week, as we have a winter storm getting set to move in, currently taking shape in the northeastern part of the U.S. As you can see here, blue is snow, green is rain, the pink is mixed down towards Philadelphia. And this is all our next area of low pressure. That will take shape later tonight and tomorrow, and will arrive in Newfoundland tomorrow afternoon. At ahead of our low, temperatures certainly are chilly across the province, looking at minus single numbers and minus teens, depending on where you're at. But otherwise, it's a nice evening. It was a nice day today. It was a nice day yesterday, other than the wind and the cold. But it certainly was nice to get a bit of a break as far as our train of lows is concerned. But that's about to come to a screeching halt tomorrow. Environment Canada has issued winter storm warnings and winter storm watches in red and yellow for much of western and central Newfoundland. Special weather statements in place for eastern Newfoundland, all in regard to our incoming low. For more information on those warnings, go to weather.gc.ca. You can read all about them there. I don't have the time to really go through them now with you because even though this is the internet, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Either way, do expect significant snowfall and precipitation beginning tomorrow afternoon. So here is the GFS model from WeatherBell, and I should also give credit to this map. This is Wonderground, wonderground.com for that lovely map. Now going back to this website, this is WeatherBell, and this is the GFS model. We have precipitation types. Blue is snow, green is rain, and the lines are lines of constant pressure, isobars. So by tomorrow morning at 2:30, our low is near Cape Breton Island. Pressure 994, so not overly strong, but getting stronger. And we are seeing light to moderate snow spreading across the south coast, Burin Peninsula working its way to the west coast. That lighter blue color is just very, very light snowfall developing tomorrow afternoon. So your commute tomorrow morning should be fine. No concerns there. It's going to be getting home. In some areas, it's going to be a bit of a problem. As we step ahead 6 more hours, this is now 2:30 in the afternoon, so in the 6 hours between 2:30, this is valid 8:30 tomorrow evening. In the 6 hours between 2:30 and 8:30, the low has deepened to 982 millibars. We are seeing very gusty winds across much of the island away from the low center, probably gusting to 100 kilometers per hour in spots. We're seeing snow, heavy at times, across much of Newfoundland, working its way on to the northern peninsula, and we have seen snow change to rain across the Avalon Peninsula after a few hours of snow tomorrow afternoon. Same thing on the Burin Peninsula. The question is, how long does it snow for before we get that change to rain? My other concern is this as well. Ocean temperatures southeast of the Avalon are near 0 or less, which you can see here by that gray color. There's the scale. As the winds wrap around this low tomorrow, they'll actually be out of the south across the southern Avalon, and they'll be out of the southeast across the northern Avalon, which makes me think there may be a period of some snow changing to freezing rain and eventually rain as temperatures slowly climb above freezing in the metro tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Either way, it's going to be a very messy commute home, and this is not going to be one of those all-snow events on the Avalon. We are definitely going to see a mix to rain. The question is, once more, how long does it rain for? Heavier snow is going to be across the northern coast tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. As we go ahead into 2:30 in the morning tomorrow, 6 more hours, the low has deepened further to 970 millibars. We've seen rain change back to an accumulating snow across the Avalon Peninsula, and heavy snow continues to accumulate across the northern peninsula and onto the Baie Verte Peninsula. And also, with a track like this, you'll oftentimes get a band of very heavy snow that will be on the sometimes northwest, but sometimes west and even southwest sides of the low, kind of in a band that looks like that. And the band almost is stationary for 6 or 12 hours. And I think the heaviest snow is going to be right in the middle of that band. And if this GFS model is right, that's right on the northern peninsula east and the Baie Verte Peninsula. So I think that area is going to see the heaviest snow from this low. And even as we go ahead 6 more hours now, this is 8:30 Tuesday morning, we are still seeing some of that significant snowfall across the north coast, Baie Verte Peninsula, and the snow band looks like it is finally beginning to almost pull away sort of towards, it will kind of pull away like almost to the east as the low pulls away to the east. So the snow will end by mid-morning for all areas of the island as the low begins to pull away. And that being said, what we will see behind the low as we go into Tuesday afternoon is onshore flurries developing along the west coast, northern peninsula. So we'll see onshore flurries in this area Tuesday afternoon. Probably the Burin Peninsula, which the model isn't really doing a great job showing, and the Avalon Peninsula on west-southwesterly flow. So there will be several more centimeters in spots Tuesday afternoon as the low pulls away in the onshore flurries behind it. The question, as always, is how much snow are we going to see? It looks like across much of Newfoundland, west of the Avalon, generally 10 to 15 centimeters, some spots more. 15 centimeters is roughly 6 inches. That blue color is 6 inches, and that's what it's showing across much of Newfoundland. Again, west of the Avalon. On the Avalon, looks like amounts in the 5 to 15 centimeter range. Those higher amounts are going to be found on the northwest Avalon and up towards the metro. The farther south you go, the lower the snow is going to be because we'll have an easier time changing to rain as winds will be more southerly rather than southeasterly. But again, it will just depend on how quickly we see that changeover. I do think this model has the bullseye dead on for the Baie Verte Peninsula, Northern Peninsula East, almost back towards the Deer Lake area where it looks like snowfall amounts are going to be in the 20 to 35 to even 40 centimeter range. This model showing up to a foot or 14 inches, which is, again, 30 to 35 centimeters. And I think that pretty much has it right on. There's always a chance, however, that the low could track farther east or a little farther west, in which case we shift that high band a little farther east or a little farther west. As of now, southeast Labrador, it looks like you're not going to see a whole lot of snow from this. That being said, if that low tracks a little farther west, you will. If it doesn't, you won't. So certainly some small details that we do need to work out. As far as rainfall goes from this storm, it looks like amounts on the Avalon, southeast Avalon, 10 to 20 millimeters after a bit of snow, and then more snow on the end. I'm not sure exactly how much there is going to be. And as you go farther west, it looks like rain is going to be almost non-existent. Model does show a little bit of rain towards the Clarenville area and then back to the Conagra region. I'm not exactly sure that's going to happen. I do think the Burin Peninsula and Avalon certainly will see a little bit of rain from this low just based on that track. It's also going to be quite windy as well on the north coast of the island. We'll go back to this scene right here. This is, again, 2:30 tomorrow morning. It is going to be very windy along the north coast, really all areas tomorrow night, but with the heavy snow falling on the north coast and winds gusting perhaps to, that's 38 knots. So 40 knots is, I think that's almost 80 kilometers an hour, my estimate. Not great at converting this just yet. In that area, so certainly blizzard conditions likely along much of the coast of Newfoundland tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning as we see gusts closing in on 50 knots Tuesday morning along the north coast. So tomorrow night through Tuesday morning, I'm going to highly discourage travel across the northern part of Newfoundland because it looks like we're going to see blizzard conditions, meaning lots of drifting, lots of blowing snow, and reduced visibility. So certainly keep that in mind if you do have to get out and about. Try and do that tomorrow afternoon. So again, watching this area of low pressure beginning to take shape. This will affect us tomorrow, really beginning in the afternoon through Tuesday morning, and then winding down Tuesday afternoon, but the onshore flurries and kick in behind it as temperatures get colder, I should say, as it looks like when we do see rain on the Avalon, temperatures will climb to probably 2 or 3 degrees tomorrow evening for a time before falling back below freezing. So anyway, I'm rambling a bit now. I'm sure there are some details I left out. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them on my Facebook page. Just leave them below, and I'll try and get to them as quickly as I can. I'll try and do another weather before the weather for you tomorrow morning. If I can't, I'll definitely have updates on social media in regard to the storm. And I will see you at 5:30 on NTV with Tony Marie Wiseman on First Edition on the NTV Eating News Hour between 6 and 7 o'clock. Until then, have a great one. Have a great night. Hope you had a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.